Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're cracking open a subject that, most people would probably just call dirt,
Right.
but scientists are actually calling it the wonder molecule of nature. We are going deep into the research on something called fulvic acid.
Mm.
It's a substance that's ancient, it's vital, and, well, it's almost completely gone from the modern human diet.
That's absolutely right. Our whole mission today, it's driven by the sources provided for the LongLife-Academy. We're really going beneath the surface to understand this stuff.
So what is it? How does it work?
And why is this, overlooked substance, which was actually central to traditional remedies like shilajit from the Himalayas?
Oh, right, for rejuvenation.
Exactly. Why is it now being called a crucial missing link in Western nutrition?
The story here is just fantastic. I mean, the substance itself is so complex, our sources confirm it can't be successfully made in a lab.
Not at all.
You can't synthesize it. It's a non-reproducible natural product, and that alone, that tells you something profound about nature's chemistry.
And if you zoom out a bit, the mystery just gets deeper. I mean, why does something with such powerful, proven effects remain largely unrecognized in, official nutritional guidelines?
That's the big question.
The research suggests it performs this incredible dual function in the body. It's both the ultimate nutrient carrier and a super efficient detox agent. It seems designed to solve two of the biggest health challenges we face today.
Okay, let's unpack that. We've established this wonder molecule comes from the earth, but for anyone listening right now, what exactly is fulvic acid? In simple terms.
Okay, so simply put, fulvic acid, or Fa, is a naturally occurring organic acid. It's the smallest, most biologically active part of a group of materials we call humic substances.
Humic substances.
Yeah, found in healthy soil. Think of it as the ultimate end product of the Earth's own composting process. For centuries, microorganisms in the soil, these tiny little workers, they decompose massive amounts of dead plants. And over very long periods, this creates a rich, dark layer called humus. Fulvic acid is the final, soluble, nutrient-dense part of that material.
So it's not just a nutrient itself, it's more like a molecular relic of this huge, slow biological process. And this was meant to be in our food chain.
Absolutely. It was naturally abundant in the fertile, humus-rich soils that, sustained us for millennia. Its purpose in nature was to optimize how plants get their nutrients.
How does it do that?
It basically helps plants absorb minerals and trace elements from the earth much more easily. So as a result, trace amounts of it just naturally filtered into the human diet.
Through things like homegrown vegetables, I assume.
Homegrown vegetables, natural spring water,
Yeah.
even the dust you'd find around a healthy regenerative farm.
And this is where the story, I guess, turns into a modern disaster. If we used to get it naturally, why is it so rare now?
It's because of something our sources call creeping soil exhaustion.
Creeping soil exhaustion. That
Right.
sounds bad.
It is. Modern intensive farming is the main culprit. We rely on monocultures, we use these chemical fertilizers and pesticides, all designed to maximize yield fast. But these methods, they just decimate the soil's humus content. And critically, they kill off the very microorganisms that produce fulvic acid in the first place.
Yeah.
We're stripping the land of its long-term fertility.
And that directly explains why, an apple today isn't the same as an apple from my grandparents' time.
It's a devastating connection. Studies from the mid-20th century, they compare produce from the 50s through the 80s to today. And the trend is just disturbing.
What did they find?
Essential minerals like calcium, iron, magnesium, they're significantly lower now. To get the same nutrition our ancestors got in one serving, you'd have to eat multiple servings today.
Wow.
And to make it worse, our industrial water treatment systems, they sanitize the water, but they also strip out natural organic compounds like Fa. So another natural source just gone.
Okay, so the chemistry here is where it gets really fascinating. Let's dive into that first major mechanism. Let's call it the molecular taxi. How does fulvic acid boost bioavailability?
This is its star role, really. As a transport and carrier molecule, the key is its incredibly low molecular weight. It's tiny.
So it's small enough to get around easily.
Exactly. Small enough to navigate biological systems and, most importantly, to slip directly across a cell membrane. It acts like a highly specialized molecular train.
The train. I like that.
Yeah. It binds to essential vitamins, minerals, trace elements, and then it carries them directly into the cell's interior, right, where they're needed for energy and other functions.
So if I take, say, a regular mineral supplement, a lot of it might just get flushed out before my body can use it.
Hmm.
But if that mineral is paired with fulvic acid, it's like it has a guaranteed ticket right into the cell. That's a huge boost to bioavailability.
Precisely. You stop those valuable nutrients from being excreted unused. And the research backs this up again and again. Experimental studies show FA increases the activity of digestive enzymes, which makes nutrient extraction from all your food more efficient.
So it's not just about supplements, it's about the food we eat too.
Right. Even in controlled animal tests, adding FA significantly improved the utilization of complex minerals.
That sounds almost too effective. I mean, if it's that good at carrying nutrients and enhancing enzyme, what about safety? What if it carries, say, a pharmaceutical drug better? Do we need to worry about that?
That is a vital, critical question, and it really speaks to how potent this mechanism is. That finding on drug absorption, it's a powerful demonstration of the carrier function, not necessarily a recommendation.
Okay.
The sources cite an experiment where a common drug, carbamazepine, was absorbed way more efficiently when it was paired with fulvic acid. It just shows its incredible ability to get past biological barriers.
So the takeaway for someone listening isn't to mix it with drugs.
No, absolutely not. The takeaway is that its transportability is so strong you have to consider it when looking at any supplement or drug interaction. Guided supplementation is just key.
Okay, the picture is getting clearer. We're absorbing nutrients better. But if this molecule is so good at getting good things in the cell, does it also help get the bad things out? Let's talk about the second mechanism, the garbage collector.
It absolutely does. And this is maybe the most relevant function for our modern industrialized world. Fulvic acid acts as the body's own environmental cleanup crew.
Its detoxification potential.
Right. It has numerous functional groups, things like carboxyl and phenol groups, which means the molecule has all these different electrical binding sites. You can think of them as little sticky arms.
Sticky arms to grab poisons.
Exactly. These arms electrostatically bind a process we call chelation to harmful substances. It literally grabs onto toxic heavy metals.
Like what? What are we talking about here?
Things like lead, mercury, cadmium, arsenic, but also various organic toxins and pesticide residues that build up in our systems.
And once it's grabbed them, they're neutralized, escorted out of the body.
That's the mechanism. Once these stable complexes are formed, the poisons can't react with our cells, and they can be safely excreted from the body through our natural processes.
And this isn't just theory.
No, this power is undeniable. We actually use it in environmental cleanup. Fulvic acid has been used successfully to cleanse contaminated soil and water. It shows it can bind and remove really high percentages of heavy metals.
So the implication here is that this works as a sort of continuous buffer against the daily industrial load we all face, not just a big one-time cleanse.
Precisely. Think about the data we saw in fish. In waters that are naturally rich in fulvic acid, fish had up to 6 times lower mercury concentrations in their bodies than fish in other waters.
Oh, 6 times lower.
It confirms its ability to continuously buffer and remove heavy metals from a living organism. It truly provides a microdose detox factor, moving toxins out of the cell while it's bringing nutrients in. That dual function is what makes it so revolutionary.
Okay, let's pivot to what many call the center of health, the gut. The microbiome is so linked to immunity, to everything. What is fulvic acid doing there specifically?
In the intestinal tract, it does several critical things. First, it supports a healthy microbiome. Studies suggest it stimulates the growth of beneficial bacteria, especially strains like lactobacillus.
The good guys.
The good guys, the useful lactic acid bacteria, while actively discouraging the harmful strains. That shift towards a balanced environment improves digestion and a lot more.
And what about the gut lining itself? We hear a lot about leaky gut these days.
That's the second key action. There's strong evidence that FA helps strengthen the intestinal barrier. This is so important because it may reduce what's called intestinal permeability.
Or leaky gut.
Right. And when that barrier is weak, things like foreign particles and undigested food can slip into the bloodstream. That can trigger chronic, low-grade inflammation, which is tied to everything from digestive issues to autoimmune responses. FA helps patch up that wall.
That link between gut health and inflammation, that leads us right into its bigger role in our immune system.
It does. FA is a potent immunomodulator. That means it doesn't just crank the immune system up to high alert, it brings it into balance.
So it's not just a stimulant.
No. It can stimulate immune cells when needed, like to fight off an infection, but more importantly, it can dampen down excessive or chronic inflammatory reactions.
And that anti-inflammatory power, That's fueled by its antioxidant ability, right?
Correct. Fulvic acid has these structures that can easily neutralize free radicals,
Hmm.
those unstable molecules that cause oxidative damage to our cells, our DNA. It also boosts the activity of our body's own defense enzymes like SOD and catalase.
So it's a double action antioxidant.
Yes, and by reducing those stresses, it lowers pro-inflammatory cytokines, which are the signaling molecules that trigger inflammation.
Mm.
Things like TNF-alpha and IL-6, which you often see linked to chronic conditions like arthritis.
But you mentioned there's a nuance when it comes to dosage.
Yes. And it's a fascinating property. Like a lot of powerful natural things, even something vital like oxygen FA has a dual potential. In the low to moderate doses you'd find in nature recommended supplements, it's a powerful antioxidant. But if you were to mega dose it excessively, it could theoretically show pro-oxidative tendencies. This is less a warning and more a reminder that, we have to respect the balance of these powerful natural molecules and really rely on proper guidance.
Okay, so moving from general inflammation to the brain, this is where some of the most exciting research seems to be happening, neuroprotection. What did we learn about FA and neurological health?
The studies are very promising, especially for age-related cognitive decline. Researchers have looked at its potential influence on the abnormal protein deposits we see with Alzheimer's disease.
You mean things like amyloid plaques and tau tangles?
Exactly. You have two key proteins involved, amyloid beta and tau. And it's the tau proteins that, when they become dysfunctional, they aggregate into these harmful tangles that disrupt brain cell function.
So these tau tangles just gum up the works in the brain. What did fulvic acid do to them?
In lab studies, FA was found to significantly reduce the tendency of those tau proteins to form the harmful fibers in the first place.
Okay, so it's preventative.
But even more strikingly, it showed an ability to partially dissolve protein aggregates that had already formed. Now, this is early research, of course, but it offers compelling biological data. It suggests FA has a direct mechanistic role in protecting neurological function.
That protection, combined with better nutrient delivery, that explains why so many people report a big increase in vitality and energy. Why does FA make people feel more energetic?
It really boils down to three core reasons. First, you have optimized cell function. If that molecular taxi is delivering fuel more efficiently, the cell's powerhouses, the mitochondria, can produce more cellular energy, more ATP.
Makes sense.
Second, FA is a natural source of crucial electrolytes and trace elements needed for nerve signaling and muscle function. This supports faster recovery and can reduce muscle fatigue. And third, the detox benefit.
The energy vampires.
You're getting rid of the energy vampires. Exactly. That toxic buildup forces the body to spend resources just fighting it off, freeing up that energy.
Yeah.
That allows it to be directed toward vitality.
Which is really the essence of anti-aging, isn't it?
It is. Anti-aging isn't about stopping the clock. It's about maintaining cellular health. By continuously reducing chronic inflammation and oxidative stress, the two major drivers of aging and supporting efficient cellular repair, fulvic acid helps maintain healthy cell function deep into old age.
So let's bring this all together. What does this mean for you, the person listening to this deep dive? It sounds like fulvic acid is this holistic substance that connects nutrient delivery, detox, immune support, and energy. It closes a huge, unseen nutritional gap in our modern world.
Given that gap between what our bodies evolved to expect and what modern industrial food provides, integrating FA into a quality multivitamin or mineral product is highly synergistic.
Synergistic how?
It boosts the effectiveness of all the other compounds, making them easier to absorb, while at the same time acting as that essential detox factor. It takes good foundational supplements and it maximizes their impact at the cellular level.
And our sources mention that Sisel-International, an American research lab, has strategically built fulvic acid into several of their core products to leverage this exact synergy. Let's look at how they're using it.
Right. So the foundational product is Encompass 360. Fulvic acid is a central component here, and it's acting specifically as that transport and carrier molecule we talked about.
A molecular taxi.
The molecular taxi. Its main job is to enhance the delivery of minerals and trace elements directly into the cells. This is essential for supporting the nerves and brain, for improving cell communication, and for promoting detox and regeneration. It's really one of their most important FA products because it's built around that carrier mechanism.
Then we see it playing a slightly different role in Spectrum XX.
We do. Spectrum XX is a liquid antioxidant juice, and there, FA is primarily the mineral carrier. It's making sure that the huge array of trace elements and minerals in that juice are bound to fulvic acid for maximum bioavailability.
So it supports cell metabolism, antioxidant protection, energy.
All of it. And for those who are specifically looking for support against that constant environmental burden we discussed,
The detox side.
that's where Body Shield is targeted. It contains a specialized fulvic acid complex used specifically for heavy metal and environmental exposure. Its key role is supporting the body's detoxification processes. That's the go-to in the detox and environmental context.
Finally, for active people, athletes, outdoor workers, anyone dealing with heat, we see it in the electrolyte drink, Sisel-Lite.
And including it in Sisel-Lite is a very smart move for regeneration and hydration. Here, fulvic acid is acting as that essential mineral carrier again, improving the uptake of electrolytes, supporting cell hydration, and promoting faster regeneration after, strenuous effort or heat stress. It helps get those critical nutrients back into the cell quickly when it matters most.
The message seems really clear. This molecule provides these profound benefits simply by helping the cell do what it already knows how to do, just more efficiently. It closes that loop between the health of our soil and the health of our cells.
It really reminds us that true nutrition comes from a complex, complete natural system that through industrialization, we've largely neglected it. That fundamental disconnect between us and mineral-rich soil is where so much of our modern health struggle begins.
So let's leave you with this powerful, motivating thought. Healthy cells live longer.
And consider this as you go about your day. If a huge portion of modern chronic illness is simply the result of malabsorption and toxic overload, two problems this single ancient molecule seems designed to solve, how different could our health outlook be if we just reconnected with the Earth's natural nutritional blueprints?
If you want to dive deeper into the science and how to integrate this knowledge, you can seek further information from the qualified consultants of the LongLife Academy. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive.